We've dropped a few catches, but we're back in form. This is 2 wickets down. We're back with another episode after the first test match, right before the second test match. This is the day before we're recording, and just want to dedicate that intro to the one and only Jaiswal for for his performance in the first test match. Yeah, so in today's episode, we're just going to do a quick rundown of the first test match, everything that happened, and kind of talk about some of the changes we expect in the second test match. But first of all, Vasu, how are you doing?
I mean, I just not can't believe what just happened in the last game. I
Yeah,
cannot believe what just happened in the last game.
you hit 5 centuries and you lose a game of test cricket. It sometimes is like that. I actually didn't think we'd lose that game even on day 5. We were talking about this. Towards the end, obviously, it was over, but yeah,
No,
to
I
hit.
mean, I told you at the end of day four, towards the end of day four, that India were going to lose this game. Yeah,
No, to
remember
be
me
fair,
and Dad were.
Dad called it first. Dad was the earliest to call it, but we'll kind of get into it. So we'll quickly break down what happened in the first game. So India made batted first. It was a great toss to lose. Absolutely such a good toss to lose for India. You get told to bat first at Headingley. It's literally like a rock, the pitch, and you posted 371. In hindsight, not in you're what, at least 50.
India, no, India posted 471.
Sorry, 471. In hindsight,
Yeah,
you're 50 to 100 runs short. Then England bat made 465, pretty much evened out the game. And then
yeah.
India made 364. Again, you're probably like 50 to 100 runs short again. And then England at the end of it chase it down with pretty much ease. Because there was moments at the end of in day 5 that you were like, wait, is this the start of something? And then England just batted well and we bowled crap. Um, I mean, let's start with some of the positives. I think we should start with the good. It's only the first. It's only the first Test match of an England series, which, let's be honest, we've never really won here in so long. We drew the last series, but to start with a couple of positives, I think probably our batting, like our batting, like in terms of like the people who are batsmen batting well. Like I don't think so. I've ever seen
Yeah.
I mean, you lose the likes of Pujara, Rahane, Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and you're, and I don't think so. I've ever seen an Indian team bat as well in a Test match than I did in the last.
But I think on this pitch everybody batted well. So I think like the true test of our batting will be now on in actually in the second match there
True, but
because
I
actually
think that was the only highlight. I think of the
yeah
only big positive from India
yeah
was what do you
yeah
call
I'm
it, our
not taking
batting.
away I'm not taking away anything from anybody, but I think like the true test of our batting will be now on in the next on tomorrow on for starting from tomorrow because this Headingley pitch was an absolute paradise for everybody to bat at. Like it's an absolute like any it was perfect pitch for any for everybody to bat there. Obviously,
Yeah,
like KL Rahul loves batting in England. Like he could
yeah.
bat in
I
England.
mean, Rishabh Pant, 2 centuries in the game, both
Rishabh,
innings. Yeah, like you look
yeah.
at Jaiswal in the first game, Shubman Gill in the first innings. Like I mean, even in the second innings, I mean, like who was I thinking of? Yeah, I mean, just KL Rahul again and Pant. Like you had like some good batting performance for India, and then I think everything else apart from the batting, there is like critique. I think to
I
be
think a lot
had.
of I I think what really hurt India was their lower order there. I
Uh,
think if you look at it in the first innings, when India came out to play in the very first innings to come out and uh, I think when they came out, uh, I think it was with Shubman Gill that was
Shubman,
batting,
yeah,
and he came out.
in the first inning, Shubman Gill
Yeah,
and bunt. After that, you had 0, 11, 1, 0, 3, 1. That was your
yeah,
batting.
they lost. Yeah, they
And that
lost. Yeah,
includes three, one, that includes one proper batsman and two all-rounders in Shardul Thakur and Jadeja, and the proper batsman being Karun Nair. And you made 12 runs between the three of them.
yeah. I think they lost like I think after that they lost 47. I think they lost like 5 wickets for like 47 runs there,
Yeah.
and it was the complete opposite with England. Like. So,
Yeah, so let's
so
kind of step backwards, right? So let's kind of go
yeah,
bit by bit. So I think you mentioned one weakness in the game is our lower middle lower ordering batting. I can get into like like actual bowlers batting, but I think that's always been a hit or miss with India. I think under Kohli they had improved our like tailenders had improved like where they could at least stick. I know we had that. Uh, what do you call it? Muhammad Shami's greatest 50 ever in Lord's last year, last time around. But uh, yeah, I think all our all-rounders, all the gambles we took just did nothing for us.
yeah. I mean, like, so the same here, like exactly. So the lower order, uh, everything they just collapsed there. And same in the second innings, they came
Exact
out
same
to
in the
bat
second innings. Yeah.
like the low, it's the exact same. But it was the complete opposite with England. They actually made runs, and I think that also played a major factor in the game there.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like I mean, let's look at after Ben Stokes, right? After Ben Stokes in the first innings, England went 40 with Jamie Smith, 38 with Chris Woakes, Bryden Carse 22, Josh Tongue 11. And in the second innings, it didn't get to Jamie Smith 44, Ben
Yeah.
Stokes 33, Harry Brooks 0. That was something. But
I mean, like Jamie Smith, yeah.
I'm not
I mean,
saying he's an
Jamie,
all-rounder, but I'm talking about like lower order batting.
I mean, Jamie Smith is a proper batsman.
Yeah,
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 he's a
but that's
keeper.
like
He's a
Yeah,
batsman.
but that's like saying Karun Nair shit. Like what I'm saying, what I'm comparing that to is our Jadeja, Shardul Thakur, and Karun Nair batting. Um, that was one weakness. Let's move on to the other. We'll get to the main one at the end. Oh no, let's just do it now. Let's just talk about the bowling. Let's talk about the bowling.
Oh, the
Because I
bowling,
have
yeah.
some, I've got hot takes. I've got hot takes in this bowling. I would go on to record say none of our bowlers bowled well, and
Uh,
that includes the man, the myth, Jasprit Bumrah. I don't.
Bumrah bowled.
Bumrah bowled okay, I would
I
say,
thought first innings Bumrah was unplayable.
and I
The
thought,
first innings Bumrah was
yeah,
unplayable.
but then I
First
agree with
innings he
you.
was unbelievable. I think in the second innings,
He was gone.
Bumrah like he. I think in the
I
first.
have a
I think
bad
in his
feeling. I
first
have a
spell.
bad feeling about Bumrah in this test series. I think the back's gone again.
I
I
I
have a
think in
fit.
the I think in his first I think in the first hour and I think in his first spell, Bumrah bowled really well. But then I think afterwards he kind of just
He was
faded
okay.
out
He was
there.
okay towards the. He was really really good up front in the first innings. He was kind of like okay in the end of the first innings, and then I think he was. I mean, this sounds weird saying this about Bumrah, but I think he was pretty much not like literally not effective at all in the second innings. Like, I mean, I don't know how much you watched day five, like bowling wise, but I mean, I think someone who got really unlucky on day five was the opposite, who bowled terribly in the first innings. Siraj bowled terrible in the first innings, and he bowled so well in the day five. But at that time, like the game was just like he bowled well.
Oh yeah, yes.
Siraj bowled
Yeah,
well in the
Siraj bowled
second,
well.
not even well in the second inning. He bowled really well on day five. I think I'll say that.
I mean, we're critiquing Bumrah in the second innings, but like the game could have been over and done with in the first innings, like because Bumrah bowled so well in the first innings, but like he had so many drop chances of his bowling in the first innings, like
Even in the second innings, we
yeah.
dropped Crawley, right? We dropped Crawley on 90 something too before his century
No,
in the second innings.
no,
Yeah,
Ben
Ben
Duckett
Duckett.
it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
dropped.
yeah. Ben Duckett.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, I'm critiquing in the sense of like, I mean, let's just keep going through bowling. So we thought like Bumrah was our best bowler in terms of fast bowling. Siraj followed up with it. Siraj kind of got the rhythm back in the second innings. Um, Pradesh Krishna is on the chopping block, I think, for the second test match.
yeah, he's gone in the second match, yeah.
Because I thought,
But I
even
think
though he took what, three wickets in the first innings, uh and he took a few wickets in the second innings too. He took another two. But my issue with Krishna, like obviously like his wickets did come off like weird balls, like where thing. But it's I think like I know it's Bazball, but our players got belted around the park like and like our like I know it's test match bowling, but like Krishna was bowling like ODI economy, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Well, that's the whole point. It's baseball cricket, so that's what they were. That's what was happening.
But what do you call Siraj in the second innings had a 3.6 for economy in 14 overs, 51 runs. He
Yeah,
was
so that's
unreal.
that are we not saying that Siraj was the best of our bowlers? Like Siraj was getting so unlucky there.
Yeah, Siraj, I
Every
swear could have had like a 5 wicket haul in the first like 2, 3 hours of day five, but it was like it just wasn't meant to be. And I'm trying to look at the first innings. Siraj bowled. Yeah, he's still like after Bumrah, he was like, and obviously Jadeja, who's a spinner. But in terms of fast bowling, he was your second fast bowler. Um,
and there's one thing I can't understand. Why did they play Shardul Thakur?
we're gonna get to
What was the
that. We're
point?
gonna hold your thought. We're gonna get to the selection and coaching in a minute. We'll get to this bit because I think this is where I really want to cook. Gambir and the boys will get cooked here, I think, for a minute. So that's our second issue. Coming to the third issue, we can't field. We don't know how to catch. Apart from Karun Nair, no one knew how to catch, and he took one good catch.
Yeah,
And like I'm not saying
yeah.
that's a critique. He got one tough chance and he took it. Um, but the rest of it was when I say we can't field, I mean catching was one thing. Like Jadeja dropped a catch. Like that's how bad we were.
Yeah. No, yeah. And it's also not Jaiswal. A few people dropped catches.
There was the one where Punt didn't see it go up. But then my issue,
Yeah.
my I was saying that like sometimes when I don't know, like it's his catch that like he has a visor on, right? And the batsman's there. So sometimes what was it like Shubman Gill who was at first slip screaming at him? I'm like, you if you saw the ball go up, like you walk towards it. It was like such. I mean, this is kind of like
When Harry Brooks scored his century, when Jaddu was bowling, uh, Pant dropped a catch. He edged it, and Pant dropped a catch.
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Pant
The
dropped a catch there.
Yeah, so our catching was shit. I also thought like, and I said this on day five, and me and a couple of other people in the group chat we agreed to this. And I know me and Vishant, who the person we're referring to here, are like big Kohli fans, but I at least felt the vibe on the pitch was so lackluster. I don't know if you felt it, like day five, like trying to take 10 wickets, like the vibe of the game was so lackluster from India, I thought. Like the only person in our team who really like was trying to kind of like get in someone's face is Siraj. And Siraj, for the good or bad, always tries to do it. But I just felt like we were so happy with England just batting, and until they gave us a wicket, which they did. And then that we got some few wickets after that, but I thought we were just so happy to sit back and just keep bowling, whatever.
Well, I was only watching bits and parts of the game on day
Now,
five, so I
you know
couldn't.
the vibe when you have like the slip cord and you feel like, oh, this is
Yeah.
like you're trying to create that energy, like that nervous energy on the crease of for the batsman, like, oh, you're gonna nick every ball nearly, like to Bumrah. Like that vibe just was never there throughout the whole day.
Yeah, no, like when day four finished, when like England came out to bat at the last what 15, the last 20 minutes, and they and then when they came out to bat and they didn't, and then when the den sorry when they had the target to face what like 370 odd like they had to make, like Dad said like, oh, England are gonna win no problem. Like
I
he
didn't,
called it first.
yeah, I didn't think so they would win
He
from
was
there. I thought we
Yeah,
would.
he was the first to call it.
I
He was
was
the first to
hoping.
call it.
I was hoping England would, I mean, India would create some of that vibes of like we have a whole day and a bit because it's day four to take 10 wickets. Like, and this is an England team that struggled against India in terms of like at home too at times. Like, let's get them on the back foot, and we just never pressed them. Um, so that is the third critique. And then we'll get to the final, and I think the major critique, the coaching, the team selection. Team selection on paper was not bad on day one. I will say that. The team selection after the 5 days of cricket makes no sense. if that makes sense of what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. Like on the day when you're like, okay, they've picked a team, you know what they're trying to do. After you watch the 5 days of cricket, you're like, what were you trying to do with this team? Like, what were you trying to do? Like, I mean, we'll start with bigger picture. Bigger picture. Let's not let before we get to team selection and like especially bowling wise, bigger picture. Uh, I was telling Dad, I think the biggest thing that was missing was not like, oh, this player bowled bad. It was like, and I don't know if this is Gambir, Morning Morkel, or like analytics or whatever, but like every time previously we've come to England, as soon as X person comes to bat, you bring on this bowler, you set the field of like where you're gonna get your wicket, and you bowl to that line length for the next 30 minutes until you get your wicket, basically. Like
Yeah.
even if you get hit for a few fours and sixes, you bowl to that line. I thought there was none of that in this game from India.
I'm I'm not sure if that I'm not sure about that now there.
I thought like at least India's strategy for taking a wicket was like plugging holes. Like at least that's what it felt like watching Shubman Gill try to set a field. He would like leave, let's say, covers open, right? Like trying to invite the drive. He would get hit through like hit through the covers for a four. Maybe it would happen twice in an over. He'd plug in, he'd bring a fielder in there. And you're like, just keep inviting the drive. Like eventually you're like banking on one nicking, one ball moving a little too much and taking the edge. But I mean, you tell me, apart from that one short ball wicket to Harry Brook that we caught in the boundary, like not there was no other plan.
Look, I look, so we can say all this now, but there, okay. But I wouldn't blame as much on Shubman Gill as
Oh
well
no, no,
there.
I'm not
Because
saying
the thing is,
Gill.
his bowlers didn't back him up as well, except Bumrah. Like Siraj and Prashit Krishna didn't back him up as well. And as far as saying like setting up the fields and everything, they did. Like, I mean, you got so many edges, you got so many catches, and you dropped them all. So, I mean, you did so you did create so many chances, but what did you do what did you do with them? You dropped all those chances. So, I mean, so you did create all the
Yeah,
chances,
but like okay, we're
but you in
talking
the
like
end
what?
you
Yeah, we're talking about chances that we've dropped, right? But I'm also talking about
yeah.
like let's say I don't know, like once a batter was completely set, then we would go to the short ball tactic. We're like bring short ball up front. Like I'm saying I mean, if you okay, if we're really talking about all our chances that we semi-drop were edges, right? They were all edges to the gully, apart from the one to Jadeja, which was a little further away. But my point was, I just didn't see any like tactic to like, okay, Ben Stokes is on, Bumrah will bowl, this is the field, blah blah blah. Like that's how we're gonna approach it. Like the one good play I thought was the Harry Brook, but at that time he had done the damage of like he made 99. It was over. Like he'd done his job. Like I know he missed on 100, but the job was done. I just felt like at least watching day five, like I watched it nearly ball for ball. I just felt like we didn't have a plan to take 10 wickets. Like okay,
I mean, even to Harry Brook.
that's a better way of putting it. That's a better way of putting it. Rather than saying
Okay,
individually,
right.
India didn't have a plan on day five to take 10 wickets.
Okay, even to Harry Brook, they had like they had Jadeja bowl to Harry Brook. Uh, and then they dropped Harry, and then they dropped him as well, and then the punt ended up dropping ended up dropping him as well there. So I mean, like, so it's not like they didn't have so it's not like they didn't have plans for any players. They did, but it's like, but like you're actually, but you ended up dropping those, but you ended up dropping the batsman.
Eh, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong because it did happen, but I'm just saying what if you watch 90 overs of cricket on day five, you I think you would agree with me that the plan wasn't really there. But let's get into team selection. What is with Shardul Thakur and what was with uh Shardul Thakur is the big one. I think that's the biggest glare of like it literally was playing t 10 versus 11.
Right. Okay. When the team selection came out, and then when the team was announced, I actually wasn't that. I actually don't. I actually didn't mind Shardul Thakur being there because I actually thought, hey, okay, that's. I mean, look, we've got like it's a decent selection. I mean, the guy bats, the guy bowls. He's had a great he has had a great he's had a great Ranji season there. Okay, but when he came out to play, you didn't bowl him at all.
No, yeah,
You
once again,
didn't bowl at
I'm
all.
not blaming him. I'm not blaming Shardul Thakur. I'm just saying, like, why did you pick him if you didn't bowl him? He
Yeah,
bowled, he bowled 6 overs in the first innings, and he bowled 10 in the second innings. And those 10 in the second innings, a lot of them were like wasted overs when the game was pretty much done too. Um,
yeah. And the 6 over in the first innings, he bowled those overs like at like an over before lunch or like at like an over before
yeah, I don't think
or
so.
like two
Shardul
overs.
Thakur got
Yeah.
a spell in this game. Like, he didn't have like a 6 over spell or like a 5 over
No,
spell.
like yeah, like in the first innings, he bowled like an over before like lunch or in the
Do you
second
think Gil
innings.
forgot he
Yeah,
was on the pitch? Do you
I'm
think
not sure what it was. And then his batting was just, oh my God, that shot that he played to get out, that shot that he played when he got out. Like he knew, like when you're batting, you know that like KL Rahul just got out there, right? So sorry, not sorry, KL Rahul. You know that that launch is approaching, right? And then what's his name? You know that lunch is sorry. And then Ben Stokes, he's got himself on. He Ben Stokes has kept himself on purposely to get you out there because he knows that he can get a wicket. And he bowls one just out one. He just throws one outside the off stump, and you can you all you can do all you have to do is just leave the ball, and the and he just goes and just tries to smack it and gets the edge. But like, why? Like, why do you do that? It's
yeah,
just the most stupidest thing.
yeah.
And then he just starts the collapse. Yeah,
Shardul Thakur was a strange, strange choice. Another another one who I think is gonna have some questions around him, and I didn't know the stat, but I think I was reading this somewhere after the game. It's going to be Jadeja. Because I've also read his bowling record in England is like really, really poor, like horrendously bad. Jadeja's bowling record in England. And in both the innings, I think he didn't do much. He made 25 in the second innings and he made 11 in the first innings. I think Jadeja could
yeah,
be. I think Jadeja's on the blocks to like Shoaib Bashir bowled better than Jadeja. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
just straight up, Shoaib Bashir bowled better than Jadeja in this game. Uh, which leaves us of India losing the first game where you hit 5 centuries. Before we move on to the second test match that's going to start tomorrow, we'll talk about maybe some of the team changes and what kind of spark India can get. What do you reckon? So I think it's pretty much confirmed, like 95% confirmed that Bumrah's not playing Edgbaston, right? Like all the training, all the videos have been him in nets, but not bowling. Him just watching, like watching Siraj and Krishna, all these other bowlers bowl. Like, and I had told Dad, I have a feeling. If you remember the WhatsApp, I think I remember telling Dad, I have a feeling he won't play the second game. But then I didn't realize between the first and second game was the biggest rest that these bowlers will get, and it seems like he's not going to play. Like, what do you think is happening there?
I think he just wants to just take a break between like he just wants to take like a break, give his body a break between each. Like he's gonna play
I
the
told 135 is what he's playing.
yeah 135 yeah. So he's gonna play like skip a test and then play it like yeah.
So
That's what he's gonna do. Like
he'll play Headingley, he'll play Lords, and he'll play the Oval. Oh, just by the way,
yeah
I'll tell you breaking news on the podcast. I got tickets to the Oval for day one for I got 2 tickets. Oh, in the same
to the
balcony.
over.
In the balcony, the top
Eh,
balcony where we watched the Test Championship final. I got day one tickets for that. It's the last Test match, but day one. So, all right. So we Bumrah, I don't think he will play, but all right. what team changes are you making? What team changes do you want to see for from India in the second test?
Well, I see. Prashid Krishna will, I think, will go out, and so I think so. Prashid Krishna and what's his name, Bumrah will go out, and Akash and sorry, and Arshdeep and Akashdeep, I think, will come into
Hmm.
the squad. What will come in, and I think they might. I think this is a debate.
I think Krishna will stay. I think Bumrah will be either between Bumrah, Arshdeep, and Akashdeep because I don't think so. Bumrah is going
And,
to play.
no, no, Bumrah won't play. No, definitely
Yeah, that's what
Bumrah
I'm
won't
saying. You
play.
won't drop Pradesh. You'll keep Krishna then in that case
No, I don't think they're going
because
to
you're going to
keep
put
Krishna
two new
after that
fast
performance.
bowlers then,
Two new fast
Akashdeep and
bowlers. Yeah,
Arshdeep.
yeah, because Akashdeep has played for India.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll bring Akashdeep, Arshdeep, Mohammad Siraj. That's your three bowlers.
Yeah, and now the choice for Shardul Thakur now. Do they play now? Do they play Nitish Reddy or do they play
Do you think they'll play
Washington
second? Do you think they'll
Sundar?
play two spinners this time?
Or do they not play? Or what they will do there?
Three
Will they
bowlers,
not
three
play Kuldeep?
fast, Kuldeep and Jaddu, and Akash, Arshdeep, and Siraj.
Or what they might
Or
do?
Sundar.
Or yeah, or they might not even play Kuldeep or
And
Jaddu.
play and
They'll Washington Sundar.
no, I think you have to play two spinners now. You have to play two spinners. Like you're playing Jaddu. The thing with if the thing with Washington Sundar playing is you get a proper like a batter in there.
Batsman.
Yeah, but the issue that we saw in the first game was we didn't need a batter. We needed a spinner who could bowl spin like really well. So if that's the case, do you play Kuldeep then? That's the issue for India. Do you want your batting you want to boost your batting a little more? I mean, like this whole issue gets solved if Jadeja bats well this game. I don't think so. I agree. As much as Jadeja is in question, I don't think so. India's going to drop him after one bad game. So I think Jadeja will probably stay. Um, I think
Then
they
you
got
bring in Nitish Reddy will come in then.
no. As much as Gambhir loves him, I don't think so. Isn't he gone home? I read that somewhere. I
Nitish
think he.
Nitish Reddy? No, that was
Uh,
Harshit Rana that's gone home.
oh yeah, yeah. I don't know who you play.
Yeah,
You're gonna play Akashdeep. Akashdeep will play. Uh, Mohammad Siraj
no,
will
yeah, no,
play.
no. Nitish Reddy will come in. What's his name? I think. What's his name? Can I cap? Shardul Thakur, I think, might get dropped, and
So
uh,
Shardul Thakur
Nitish
for
Reddy.
this. Okay, Nitish Reddy.
Nitish Reddy.
So you're gonna have Siraj, Akashdeep, Arshdeep, and Nitish Reddy. That's your four bowlers.
Yeah,
You're
but
still sticking. You're still sticking with the one spinner then,
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and it's gonna be Jadeja.
Jaddu. Yeah, or
I
you could
think. I
also.
think what's gonna happen is I don't think so. Arshdeep will play.
I
I
think
th
I think Arshdeep will play 100%.
I think you're gonna have Akashdeep, Krishna, Siraj, and thing. I don't know if Arshdeep they'll give him this game. I mean, maybe you give him this game before you like ever try him at Lords or something. Maybe.
I think he will play 100%.
All right. Uh, looking at the Edgbaston pitch, well, so you batting or bowling first if you win the toss.
I think doesn't matter what the pitch is like. I think you're bowling first, looking at
Yeah,
England,
yeah. I think you bowl
because
first.
England love to chase there, and you want to take that away from them.
Also, I think I don't. I think you're right. I think batting first would be a good option only if you could replicate what you did at Headingley again, which I think is really hard
Hmm.
for any Indian team to do, like score that well. Which is why that loss hurts because batted so well that the fact that you lost the game is like you're gonna struggle to bat as well in all these other games. because the pitch ain't won't be
Hmm.
that easy to bat on. So, but I think yeah, I think
Hmm.
you win the toss and you bowl first.
Yeah, and then they try to get England out for around maybe 300 or so, 300 odd.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the thing is, but the thing is, England might be playing Jofra Archer now. It does. We'll
no,
have to see how fit Jofra
no,
Archer
no,
is.
no. It's one. He's deferred one more game.
Right. So yeah,
I don't think
but
so. He's coming in.
try to see how, and then try to get England out around 300 odd there. And
Yeah.
that, yeah,
Anything else?
yeah. No, that's it there. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, get bowl first against England and trying to take away that. Because if you look at it, their bowling isn't that strong either.
Oh no, their
They've
bowling
got
is
no
their
Anderson.
bowling. I agree with you. Their bowling is like I don't want to say terrible because it's not terrible, but it's definitely like it's on par with ours.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, like at the end, towards the end of the game, all the towards the end of the game, we threw away all those wickets there.
yeah,
Our lower order, we threw away all the wickets there. Yeah, but yeah, just try and get all this. Just try and get as much as just try and get them out as quickly as possible, around maybe 300 odd, and
yeah,
then go over and back. Yeah, but I just thought I'd said it again there. Just try and take away that factor of uh, England chasing down the big target against you.
yeah. Seems so. All right, we'll wrap it up there.
All right.
We'll do a podcast Monday.
Monday,
No, Monday
yeah.
or Tuesday. Tuesday. Let's do another
Monday,
one for
Tuesday,
yeah.
yeah.
Let's do one Tuesday a week from now, and the second test match would have finished, and hopefully the series is
Hopefully,
tied at
good
one.
news.
Yeah, hopefully series is
Yeah,
tied at 1-1. If not, we'll have to come up with
yeah.
another shitty intro for you guys to.
All right. Before we leave, what do you think of Bunt's celebration?
It was good. It was good. It was good. Uh, what's his name? Like Sunil Gavaskar was like, do it again, do it again. He's like, no, no, I've already done it
Yeah,
once.
yeah.
No,
And then that's Sunil Gavaskar. Oh my God.
so
Oh,
cringe. He's
Sunil
like, do it
Gavaskar
again.
is
He's
so
like,
cringe. Yeah. And the same guy saying stupid, stupid, stupid. It's like, oh no, do it again, do it. Oh no, so cringe. No.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, proper cringe
Yeah.
moment. No, I think once a game is enough.
Yeah, once again, it's enough. Yeah. I think he's about I think he injured himself during the game. So it's like, no, 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 not gonna do it again.
Well, wasn't he getting cramps? I think that's why he did
Yeah,
it.
yeah, he was getting cramps. Yeah, no, I think he's injured himself. Yeah, so he's getting
Yeah,
cramps.
he
Yeah,
was getting cramps. He's like, I'm not doing this show
yeah,
anymore. All
yeah.
right.
So it's like, no.
All
All right,
right. Yeah. Everyone, please like and share the podcast. Share it with your friends. Just as and hit the like button just to help us out. And we'll see you guys on next Tuesday. Bye bye.
all right. Take care, everybody. Bye.